everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, and joined with me, as always, is my man with the plan. I didn't say master this time because, I don't want to think people were predictable. But what the hell, man? Chance Michaels, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How about you?
Fantastic, man. We are here Friday afternoon. First and foremost, happy Father's Day to you, my friend.
Same to you, my man.
Thank you, brother, man. I figured no one else will wish us happy Father's Day, since it's the one holiday of the year where most people really don't care, do they?
90% of people don't care on this. That's true.
Honestly, I didn't even know it was Father's Day until Loria told me yesterday.
Yeah, I think the teachers get the kids to make a little small arts and crafts for the dads usually.
That's meaningful, man.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is touching. I
Yeah.
rather get that than nonsense.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that.
But hey, on that note as well, before we start anything here, everybody please like and subscribe, hit the notification buttons, do all that good stuff. The more you guys like and subscribe, leave comments, the better it is for us to know exactly what direction we can go in to make a better product for you. If you can't find us, you have no excuse. Go to our Instagram page at Samp_Chance, and there you'll find our bio link and all our links. So we've basically given you no excuse not to like and subscribe everything,
I
unless
don't
you
know
don't
what
like it.
we got the best boxing and best wrestling podcast on the West Coast. So
I think so. I mean, you know what? I'll challenge anyone to tell
mhm.
us different.
I've been listening to some of the other ones, some of the local ones, some of the West Coast ones. In my opinion, I know I'm being biased, but we're definitely we have the best one going.
Fantastic, man. Well, let's just keep it going, and hopefully the word gets out there more and more, and people will latch on to Samp&Chance and join us, because this rocket ship is still filling up, man. We're ready to take off. Speaking about taking off, here we go. Another unification match, not for undisputed, but for three of them. So we got Artur Beterbiev against Joe Smith.Jr. here for three of the titles. Someone you might know owns number 4, Dmitry Bivol owns belt number 4. So yeah, man, this is an interesting matchup in my opinion. Yeah, you got both these guys. Beterbiev is 37, he's 6 feet tall, he's got a 73-inch
But only
reach.
17 pro fights, eh? But 100% knockout ratio. 17-0, but 100% knockout ratio. This
Yeah, I
guy's
know. Dude is a knockout artist.
yeah.
He 37 too. Yeah, I mean he's been in the game for a while, but I mean the like you said, he's only got 17 fights under his
Yeah,
belt.
long layoffs in between fights, couple years in between. So, and he's
Yeah,
getting older. He is vulnerable.
he is getting older, but maybe, only having 17 fights on his name is what's keeping him so strong and
Yeah, you're more
in
fresh.
form
Less
at
this.
that, right? And then you got Joe Smith here, a native New York. He's going to be fighting in New York this weekend again.
Backyard.
His backyard again. So another, interesting scenario here for him. 28-3, 28-3 with 22 knockouts himself. So I mean, I think we're looking at a battle of knockout artists here in a way.
Yeah, and the only loss Joe Smith.Jr. has is to the other man you mentioned earlier, Dmitry Bivol, who has the belt. So this is an interesting fight.
It's a very interesting fight. I think the only thing he really has advantage in sense in terms of physicality and whatnot is his reach. He's got a 3-inch reach advantage,
Yeah.
which I think he's going to have to utilize a lot in this fight in particular. Joe Smith is great coming out, fighting the distance fight and whatnot, fighting from the outside. That's probably his best tool that he has in his bag.
You have to stay on the outside. Yeah, you don't want Arthur getting inside. He's going to put you to the canvas.
He is, man. And honestly, at the end of the day, you look at this. I mean, 17 fights, yes, but Artur just has a better skill set. Honestly, at the
Oh,
end of the
yes.
day, he truly has a better offensive skill set. I just have
More
outside of that
power.
reach, yeah, more power out of that reach advantage. I really don't see what Joe Smith is going to be able to do here. Like, I mean, that being said, it's a really hard fight to call. I mean, Joe's coming off 4 straight wins. I mean, since he lost to Bivol, he's won 4 straight. Um, it was kind of hard to kind of gauge what kind of Joe Smith we were going to get in his last fight against Gifford. That poor guy got called up with like a couple weeks before the fight, but respect to him. a warrior in every regards. He showed up to fight, but again, I don't think we got to see what Joe Smith was really bringing to the table at that point.
Yeah, you're totally 100% correct. I was checking out the Vegas betting odds because these sharps are pretty accurate. So Beterbiev is a 8-1 favorite. So for people that don't know what that means, you got to put $800 on Artur to win 100.
Yeah.
Joe Smith.Jr. is 4-1 underdog. So you put 450, you put 100 on Joe Smith, you win 450. So Vegas is showing no respect for Joe Smith.
Yeah, no, 100%. So check it out. So Artur, just to show how legit this guy truly is, in my opinion, in 2007, he beat Kovalev.
The Crusher, yeah.
Right? He beat Kovalev in the European Championships in the semifinals that year. He lost in 2012 at the Olympics to Kovalev. Sorry, no, what was it? He ultimately, he lost to Usyk though in 2009, I believe. No, 2012 Olympics. He lost to him.
Okay.
So, I mean, other than that, he's going against some of these powerhouses back in his amateur days at the Olympics and whatnot. So, and he held his own against them all, but it was a very close decision against Usyk as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Artur's fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight as well. So, I mean, this guy can go up and down. So, this is going to be really interesting to see.
He's like a cyborg, man. He just comes at you and just hits you so hard and that power. But I mean, Joe Smith has that big right hand. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance, but other than that, I don't think Joe Smith lasts 12 rounds. I hope he does. I'm cheering for him. He's in New York. It's in his backyard at the Hulu Theater inside of MSG, which, not MSG, but it's in there. So it's not as many people.
It's cool. It's a nice intimate setting. It's pretty cool.
Crowd will be 90% pro Joe Smith at least.
Yeah. And our friend from Top Rank, he's going to probably be there this weekend as well. He was there last weekend as well.
Oh, nice.
He got to see the bite. And we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But yeah, no, I'm gonna probably give my prediction here right now.
Let's hear it. What do you got?
I think it's gonna be Artur. Artur probably gonna finish this off in about 7 rounds. I would say knockout.
Think so?
I think so. I mean, I obviously, unless you're coming out with a vengeance or something like a Teofimo did against George Kambosos in that first round, the way he should have probably come out against Devin Haney, in my opinion. I digress. I almost feel that both these guys, maybe not Artur, but I think Joe's going to have to play really cautious going into this, find his range and, use his range to his utility and try to get in when he can. But I think it's going to be tough. Like you said, man, if you get too close inside, this guy's going to rip you apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's got a puncher's chance. Joe Smith has that big right hand, but I'm with you. I say under 9 rounds, and I think, Artur puts him down. Stoppage, battered up on the ropes.
I think so.
Calls it a night.
I think it's something like that. I think it's going to be a knockout. I think he's going to knock him out.
I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see the American Joe Smith win. I'd love to see it. I hope I'm wrong, but it's not looking good. Speaking of box, your boy George Kambosos is exercising his rematch clause.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. That was the first thing I saw this morning when I woke up at 4:30. That was the first headline that greeted my eyes.
And I don't blame the guy. I would do the same thing. Even though there's no need for a rematch, he got destroyed. But hey, I would do the same.
Well, you know what? I get it and I understand it, but here's some numbers that kind of came out. Now I'm going off the top of my head from what I read this morning.
Mm-hmm.
In Australia, because there's only a pay-per-view in Australia.
Okay.
They only had, what was it? 50 million buys?
50,000.
50,000, sorry. 50,000 buys in Australia only.
That's it?
That was it. That's all they had was 50,000 buys in Australia. I guess
50,000 people in the arena about, right? Give
about 45 tops. Between 40 to 45, somewhere in there. That's what they said. They say that the total revenue that came from the pay-per-view was maybe 3 million Australian dollars. I don't know what that is in US.
In Canada and America was free.
Yeah, they had 1.5 million watching it on ESPN and TSN. I don't know what Canada was, but they had 1.5 in the States watching the fight.
Okay, not bad.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, but that being said, now you're going to have to go back again and fight in Australia.
How are they going to sell it? Because it wasn't even close.
Well, I mean, George came out and he did this whole little thing. I'm not going to quote the whole thing. I'm just going to try to remember what I can from it. But he said that the emperor is gone. The ferocious is still here. But he went on an offensive. I found it interesting. He started going after Tim Tszyu a little bit. I guess
Didn't
because a
see
lot
it.
of people, well, okay, a lot of people are thinking, the thinking is that, I think George is taking offense to the fact that people aren't recognizing him as the big Australian boxing name,
No, okay, I see.
right? Because of the pay-per-view buys. There was only 50,000. It wasn't the biggest pay-per-view boxing event in Australian history as they were predicting it would be for you.
Yeah, I was
Tim,
surprised.
Tim Zoo's got a bigger name in Australia, apparently.
Yep. So does
Right?
Jeff Horn, man. Jeff Horn did more pay-per-view buys than and with Pacquiao than George did with Haney.
Now here's the deal. Is this all George's fault, or is it because Haney couldn't sell it either, though?
50-50 probably. I mean, George was trying. He kind of went that villain role, is kind of calling him a rat, scum of the earth. He was trying to sell it.
He was selling it, but I mean, I guess it wasn't enough interest down there, right?
Haney wasn't too
Considering,
well known. Now Haney's starting to become more well known. So
well, maybe the rematch will garner more, but I mean, but the whole thing going after Tim like that, this, it's like he went offensive. He goes, I've won the world championships. I've done this. He's just like giving off his whole accolades, and he's kind of, why are
I
you
can tell
trying to
you
keep?
right now that Mr. Bob Arum, he wants Haney versus Lomachenko. He doesn't want to see that fight again. So hopefully he can work some magic and say, George, you do a tune-up fight, step aside, or I don't know, see if he can make something work because
Well,
Lomo versus insane.
here's the problem with that one. It's like, when's Lomo going to be free?
He's training right now. I think he's ready to go. Usyk's fighting in August.
Yeah, August. That fight's
23rd,
been
I think.
announced for August 3rd, right?
23rd.
23rd. Sorry.
I think
Yeah.
it's
So,
Saudi Arabia.
well, let's see where they come with that, man. Because at the end of the day, if Lomo's not ready, then you got to figure something out, right?
I want to know when they're going to announce where Triple G and Canelo are fighting. What are they waiting for? We're only 3 months away. Tell us the venue so we can start getting flights and looking at this.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know what? Let's talk about that for a
Vegas
second.
Vegas or LA, one of the two.
Yeah, I almost feel it's going to be at T-Mobile.
I hope so.
Well, you think about it, if you look at it this way, look, I look at it from this perspective. In a giant stadium, your gate isn't as big as it would probably be in a smaller venue.
Yeah, because you can charge crazy prices.
Right? Like, what fight were we talking about before where they did it in a stadium, Dallas, Texas or something, the Texas stadium?
Earl Spence.
Earl Spence fight, right? Yeah, I mean, the total gate for that was, I don't know, 5-6 million, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But you had so many people in there where T-Mobile Arena was giving you a gate of close to 20 to 30 million.
Yeah, with they can only hold 17,000 people. You charge $300-400 a ticket. And yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I almost sense that. But here's something really interesting, man. I was looking at this earlier. People are saying that Canelo's not taking Triple G seriously here. And, it's just kind of, and it's a carry on from how he didn't take Bivol seriously. It seems like he's spending more time on the golf course than he is training.
If you don't take Triple G serious, in my opinion, he's already beat you twice. So, I mean, Triple G, this is the biggest fight of his life. He's taking this serious. Like, he's 40 now, right? Like, he won't get another big shot again. If he gets knocked out or loses, he'll just be fighting average guys after this. This is his last.
Trust me, I know that he's taking it seriously, but do you feel like Canelo is?
I think he will win. I think he will. I think he'll lock down. He does not want people saying that he lost a third time to him.
But do you think he took
G and send the old man and the old folks home?
What about Bivol though? Do you think he didn't take that fight seriously?
I don't think Bivol. He wasn't really a well-known name. I think he did. I don't know. It's hard to say. Canelo is a champ. He's a top guy. I mean, they said he trained well. Yeah, I think Bivol's just too big and too heavy, and Canelo's 175 is too heavy for him.
But the more I look at it now and I think about it, it's like he basically dominated him for that whole fight.
He worked him.
He basically dominated. Like, training aside and everything. I mean, there's something that was not right that night for Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're that kind of, you're pound for pound best guy in the world, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you fought at this weight before. Yeah, you fought against an aging Kovalev. I get it. But at the end, I almost get the sense that he didn't take it seriously. Like,
just kind of, yeah.
This article was stating that he spent more time on the golf course than he did actually training per se. Like, I mean, you train, but when you train for a fight, for a specific opponent, I think that's where he was being lazy.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. You get comfortable on top of the mountain.
You're not
as hungry once you're there.
Like, I'm sure he trains hard, technique, skill, but when you're training for your opponent, that's a different kind of training,
These
that's
are world class
more.
fighters, man. You got to take them all serious at this level. This isn't amateur at the local boxing club. This is the real deal.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I
Mayweather's
got a
thinking.
feeling that Triple G and Canelo is going to be at SoFi Stadium where the Rams play.
Well, like I said, man, I'm happy to go wherever it's going to be. I
Yeah,
mean, this is something this is history.
it's a short flight,
Um,
or either way, a couple hours for us.
yeah, Los Angeles is about 2.5 hours.
About Vegas, about the same. So I prefer it in Vegas just because there's so much to do there. But if it's in LA, then that's fine too.
LA's fun too, man. I mean, we could probably
Yeah,
go to Disneyland one day or fucking, you know, I don't know,
check
check
the
out the
Dodgers
Hollywood
game.
Walk of Fame, Dodgers game, right? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Angels game,
Angels game, see Trout. Yeah. So
right? Well, it's in
hopefully
September.
that you
Well, you know
see
what? It's in September, right?
September 17th.
Yeah, so chances are we could probably catch an NFL preseason game, possibly.
Yeah. No,
We
regular
could
season's on by then. It starts September 9th, I think.
the regular season.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we can probably catch an NFL game that weekend.
Yep.
Actually, probably not because both NFL teams play in that stadium so they'd probably both be on the road.
Yeah, that's another thing they got to look into. Actually, I should look at the schedule of the Rams. Actually, it's a good point. See what's going on there.
Well, no, that would be on a Sunday. The fight would be on a Saturday. I don't know if they could turn it around that fast. I guess they could. It's
They
just
could. They'll
chairs
just
and
come
stuff,
all
right?
night, dude. We'll have that thing ready to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because then you got NFL, then you probably get some preseason NFL, NHL games too,
Yeah, you got baseball, NFL.
and
All,
hockey. Actually, probably at that time, all four sports are going.
NBA is not started till October, but yeah,
No, but
preseason.
preseason.
Yeah,
You got preseason NBA probably. You got NHL preseason probably.
yeah, it's preseason.
Uh, and
Baseball's getting close
then
to playoffs.
baseball be right close to the end. So, depending where those LA teams are, if they have any value for the playoffs, that could be exciting. Oh, there's a lot
Yep,
to do there in LA then, man.
yep. Same with Vegas. So either way, we're laughing.
Oh, Vegas. Yeah, I would like to go back to Vegas.
The weather, man, the weather. Just love
I
that weather.
know, I know. Today hasn't been that bad though. It looks
But
kind
today's
of nice
nice.
out today.
Yeah, today's
Today
good.
is nice, man. Yeah. So, Mayweather's fighting another exhibition.
Yeah, against an MMA fighter there. I don't know when the fight is.
I
Speaking of
don't
that, they're saying Pocky is going to come back pretty quick here.
exhibition or for real.
I don't. Who knows? I don't know. But they're saying he's torn on it. He wants to fight Mayweather in exhibition or Conor McGregor. But then he also has an itch where he wants to fight one of the top welterweights again. This
If
guy's that
anything,
competitive.
I probably think he'd want Ugas again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he wants. I don't know if he maybe like. They're saying that he wants to fight Errol Spence. He never got that fight, remember? But I don't know if Errol would take it. Errol might
Well,
because it's all about this, right? Pocky's a huge draw. So
well, I
maybe
mean,
he won't.
I think the only thing Errol Smith needs to be thinking about
It's Crawford.
is fighting Crawford.
Yeah.
And from the things that I've heard about that, Errol Spence apparently has signed his part of the deal.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, apparently. So I don't know, if there's truth to that or whatnot, but he's signed his part of the deal. But I think Crawford is holding out. I don't know what he's holding out for. I mean, the pundits, everyone seems to think that it's Crawford's fight to lose.
He'll be the slight favorite, but it's going to be real close.
It's gonna be close, man. I mean, based on the way Crawford fought against Ugas on that last fight, I mean, he looked like the old Errol Spence,
He did. Yeah, he
right?
looked
Post
good.
accident and everything. He found his soul. He found his way. He's looking
Yeah,
good, man.
very good. Very good. He's elite.
Right?
So it's a good fight's coming up. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited for it all.
No, 100%, man.
Theory's
So
out of
yeah,
retirement again, like I was saying. It was just the hype. It's all the fight.
yeah.
He's gonna
Apparently, he's signed a deal with Netflix to do a 10-part documentary on his life. So,
That'll be entertaining.
and they start filming that next week.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Nagano, then he'll fight the winner of Joshua Usyk. So he's not going anywhere for a bit.
No, but I mean, before he fights Nagano, he has to take that fight. Unify all the 4 titles.
Oh yeah.
I think he unifies all those all together. Then you'll see him retire.
Usyk is too small to go against 6'9". Fury, man, he's gonna take a pounding.
Well,
I know he's a slick box, but that size and power is just. And Deontay Wilder's back too. He's gonna fight again.
Sorry.
Deontay Wilder's coming back. He's not staying retired.
Yeah. No, good for him. And I feel, I almost feel like a certain sadness for him, man. you know, it's just not in a bad way, nothing sad in terms of anything. It's
Yeah.
just I just feel like how it all just kind of fell apart there.
Oh, he got crushed.
You know what I mean? Like in he generally seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, that last fight between Fury and Wilder's got to be a top 10 heavyweight fight of all time for just excitement and action, at least. It
Oh,
was
back and forth. I mean, what was there?
five
Two,
knockdowns.
yeah, five knockdowns in that fight, man. So I mean,
Fury
it
got
was,
knocked down twice, and then Wilder went down 3 times. The last time, that was it.
yeah. No. Fury got knocked down twice in the same round, right?
Yeah, and then Wilder took 3 knockdowns in the whole fight. So
That's
5.
right. Yes. Um, who should he fight?
I don't know who he's going to fight, actually. He's probably, well, he won't get Usyk or Joshua winner because Fury's around. So I don't know who he's going to fight. He's got a couple options. Maybe he's going to fight. There's that other heavyweight fight coming up. Andrew Ruiz is fighting. Maybe he'll fight him, somebody like that. Maybe up and comer.
Yeah, I think he needs a couple tune-up fights, man. But I would still say he is the second best heavyweight in the division.
Behind Fury, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, I like to see.
I'd love to see Wilder versus Joshua. They've been talking about it for years, right?
You know, well, that was the fight to make at the time when all the belts were with those two, right?
Yeah.
You know, they never got it done. So Joshua signed a long-term deal with the Zone now.
Seen that.
Yeah, so he's going to be there for a while. So let's see where they go with that guy, man. Like, I mean, I think the first step for him is to give his belts back, but I don't know. A lot of people aren't giving him much of a chance again.
It's gonna be a good fight.
I think it'd be good. I think him going with Garcia too is going to change his outlook, right? I mean, the one thing I noticed that Garcia said was that he's going to stop smiling when he's fighting.
Get angry, get in there.
Yeah, get in there. Like, stop smiling. Stop giving your guy that much respect for when he hits you. You know,
maybe he's doing this. Maybe he's smiling to make it look like, oh, this doesn't hurt me. He's laughing it off.
Yeah, I get that, but I think Garcia has a different approach. It's like, you know, it sends a different message.
Yeah.
What do you think of the bite, man?
What's that?
What did you think of last week's bite?
Oh, is he trying to recreate Mike Tyson or what? That's just dirty, not acceptable, man. He should be suspended for a while for that.
He is suspended in New York anyways. I think 6 months at least.
Okay, good. He should be fine because that's garbage, man. That's Bush League stuff, you know.
The fact that the ref didn't see it.
It's on the angle he was on. I don't think you can notice it because sometimes your heads get so close together.
Yeah. No, I see that, but I mean, just the fact that he still won the fight.
I know. Yeah, that's garbage. I got no respect for that. That's terrible, man.
No,
it's supposed to be a gentleman's sport, but you know, when you're biting guys' ears and noses and stuff, it's garbage.
No need for that nonsense, man.
No, not cool.
What else do you got here, man? Hall of Fame happened. Big congratulations to all the people that got inducted.
Yeah, they took 3 years in classes together. You got Roy Jones,
Floyd,
James Toney, Floyd, Juan Marquez, Cotto, Sugar Shane
Ward, Sugar Shane mostly. Yeah.
Those are the most notable guys.
Leila Ali, Christy Martin. Yeah. I only remember Christy Martin because I was a little kid and I remember seeing her fight.
I never watched.
And at that time, I don't know how else to kind of say, but it was like a novelty kind of thing on the card.
Yeah, it wasn't taken seriously.
No.
Not to disrespect what she's done, but back in our time, women's boxing wasn't considered to be something you'd watch.
Well, they only got their start in, yeah. But, you know, I mean, they are the pioneers. They're the ladies that, you know, the Leila Ali's, the Christy Martin.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without them, we wouldn't have had the fights that we've had this year so far, and you know, some of the good fights that are going to be coming this way from the women as well. I mean, they're really picking up their own.
Yep.
You know what I really want to see? A women's heavyweight division.
Yeah, I don't even know how many women heavyweight fighters there are, if there is any.
But dude, there's got to be. I'm sure they're out there. There has to be, man. Here's a call to all the heavyweight women fighters out there. We want to see you fight, man. I would love to see you 2 women heavyweights go at it, man.
That'd be good.
Right? Yeah. I would love to see the women move up in weight classes too. Like even in MMA and whatnot. Like, I mean, don't sell yourself short at just 4 divisions. Like, let's get up there. I want to see welterweight women. You know, I want to see light heavyweight. I want to see cruiserweights. I'm sure they're out there because they're athletes, right?
As this sport evolves and the evolution of it, and the young women come up watching it, you'll start to see that over the next 10 years.
Yeah, no, 100%. I 100% agree with that, and I hope it's the case. But think about it, man. two heavyweight women, two big 225 girls, but they don't look what
Yeah.
225 would look like. They're athletic and they're just,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't
we'll
know.
see, we will see that eventually. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
sure I'm positive there's gyms out there that have these ladies out there, but unfortunately there's not enough of them to compete against,
That's the thing. But eventually
right?
we'll get there in 10, 15 years.
Right? Because Lil Ali was pretty tall. I mean, you could have, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It'll happen. Just takes time.
Yeah, yeah. So Charlo and Tim are probably going to be fighting here pretty soon at 154.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that'll be good. Good fight. Good action.
Yeah.
Fun.
Haney has said that he did want he'd rather fight Lomo as well,
Oh, for sure.
right? But again,
Work that out.
hmm?
Hopefully they can make something happen.
Well, I don't know, man. It looks
Kind
like
of like how
George is
Canelo said, you know what? I'm going to fight Triple G and then I'll get Bivol after this fight. You know what I mean? He has the rematch clause still, but he doesn't exercise it yet. Too bad that Campbell's is exercising his. So hopefully Bob Arum can make this happen. Step aside for a fight. Let him fight Lomo.
What do you think the step aside money would be?
I don't know, but they can just say to him, look, dude, you're not going to get paid that much because you already got whooped. So we're going to have a hard time selling the tickets, hard time selling the pay-per-view. So step aside, have a fight, let Haney fight Lomo, and let's try this again.
Like how I think the only way this would work in Australia is if they did it in actual Australian time.
Yeah, that's another thing too. The timing was off for
The
American.
timing was completely off. Now that I just think about it, I mean, it was completely catered to the American market, which is great for us. Don't get us wrong. I mean,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you very much. But that being said, that's not a bad number for a Sunday morning
no,
pay-per-view,
oh that's pretty good actually.
right?
I'm with you on that. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people saying that was a low number, but I don't think a lot of guys are taking into account that that show happened on Sunday morning. Like UFC happened this recently.
yeah.
It
There's like 10,
happened
11,
Sunday
20.
morning. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
really for a fight.
But they're smart because they still can make their pay-per-view dollars here.
It's all about the money, man. It's prize fighting, so I get why they did it. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
But I think maybe this fight would probably, make more sense and it would sell better if they actually had it on a Saturday night in Australia. 8 p.m. there on a Saturday night would be what? Saturday afternoon, Monday morning, or Saturday, Friday.
Sunday, yes, we
No,
Sunday.
it'd be Friday something
Oh
here.
yeah, their day ahead. Yeah, it'd be Friday afternoon for us or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't know because I don't know how much he's going to demand for step aside money. I mean, how much? I mean, do they
Well,
base it
maybe
off of how
money.
much revenue they made off the first fight? Like, if they made $300 million off the gate in pay-per-views, that would determine the percentage he'd get for step away, right? But I mean, he only got 50,000 views, which is about 3 million pounds or 3 million US Australian dollars, so far I understand.
Yeah,
And then, and he's getting a percentage of that. He probably only got like maybe $200,000. So I don't see what he would step away for.
I think he got a couple mil for the fight. I can't remember the exact number, but they definitely got a few mil. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. They'll make something happen though. I'm pretty sure you'll see Haney Lomo next. I hope so because
Well, his promoter and current and brand new Hall of Fame member Lou DiBella should probably, step in here and try to figure this out, man. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah, he's
I
got the
don't think
rematch. So
nobody wants to see it.
no, I know. Not yet. If he has a few more fights and stuff, then maybe get back up there as a devastating, like a convincing win over somebody, a top fighter. But right now, you're right. There's no interest in it.
All right, brother, man. Well,
Biggest fight
listen,
of the year is going down September 17th. That's Triple G versus Canelo. This is going to be massive.
that's gonna
Massive
be huge.
fight, massive shit talking, you name it, it's going to have it all.
Oh no, for sure. And Canelo speaks English now, so
Yeah, miraculously.
right. So it should be fun. It should be fun. All right, brother, man. Listen, let's wrap it up here.
Yep.
Let's call it a day. The world of wrestling it's got so much going on right now, but you know what? We'll talk about that another day. Brother man, I want to thank you so much for taking out some time here with us today to get this going. I will probably post some stuff up on the Instagram as we get close to this fight and during and after the fight. Um, it is Father's Day this weekend. Normally we would love to come out with a quick hit. We'll see what we can do, but that's one day we kind of dedicate to the kids and the family. So
Yeah.
If we're here, we're here. But we'll try our best. But we'll stay in touch with you guys on all our platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, you can find us. Mr. Michaels, thank you very much, brother man.
It's a good one. Another solid show. Happy
Yeah,
with it.
no, 100%. You got anything to add before we click off here?
Yeah. In the words of the great ACDC, those who download, like, subscribe, share the podcast, we salute you.
Absolutely. I don't know any famous Howard Cosell quotes right now, but I'll think of some. But in the words of Ed Whalen from Stampede Wrestling, in the meantime and in between time, that's it for Samp&Chance. Have a great weekend, everybody. And again, happy Father's Day to all the dads that are listening out there.